And we are back again for the 4th episode of this UHC, and we are here just entering into the combat area, a frozen wasteland filled with ice spikes, and we have here Team Red who are still making a little bit of preparations as they got in there. Team Yellow here on the other hand already setting out. Perhaps they have managed to finish their preparations before the teleportations. The other teams might just be a little low. We know for a fact that the purple team still needs to do their enchanting, so hopefully the other teams won't find them while they're doing that. Green team here also making a little bit of last minute preparations, but it wouldn't surprise me if they will be on their way as well soon. We see here purple team opting for what I was expecting, going down below the ground after having teleported, hoping that their position near the wall will allow them to not be caught by the other teams, but we'll have to wait and see. Pie here on the surface not looking like he is completely agreeing with the decision, but we will have to see what he thinks about it later. Over here by the red team, they are still preparing, just grinding the last bit of gravel that they have, making the potions that they need, and they will probably be off as well. The yellow team is up on the surface, standing on a hill, and they are making a move. Now we have an up to 5 team setting here, so it's 4 teams in the corners and potentially 1 in the center, which means that if the team doesn't move right to begin with and another team does, they might be very easy to find. So this will be a problem for purple team if anyone decides to head towards their corner. Unless they are not observant enough, purple team will be in quite a bit of trouble. But for now, it looks like yellow is opting for the preparation route, standing on top of the hill where they can see other approaching teams. Quite a better idea than standing in the corner, if I do say so myself, because you have the height advantage and the sight advantage. But here we see that green team is also still preparing, clearing out their inventory as Pie did before he was teleported, while we have over here example of what kind of resources you will find here, namely nothing. All the trees in this area, even though you see something green and brown, it has been replaced with clay, so there is no wood in this map, not even here, as you can see at the cusp of an underground mine shaft. Even there the wood has been replaced, so there is no wood and no ores in this area, only coal and only food. Additionally, we are entering into the eternal day phase here, because with no reasons below ground, it would make for very boring content if everyone was below ground. So now we are simply focusing on the combat aspect. We will not be seeing any more night times during this UHC, so hopefully that will mean that the rest of the UHC is going to be pure combat between players, but we will have to see. Now hopping over here to Team Yellow, it looks like they are on the way, examining the weird clay trees here with Frankie as the team are approaching one of the other corners. Now this area is not very big, so they won't be far off from one of the other teams unless that team that belongs to that corner has already moved out of the way. It could be that we're seeing some excitement soon, but we will have to wait and see what happens. Looks like the team is making the cautious approach, slowly, getting themselves ready, potentially healing themselves up. They have seen the border there in the distance, which means that they are approaching the spawn space of another team. Hopefully for that team, they have moved out of the way. It doesn't look that way though, because we have the team right down there. Team Green is down on the ground, and Team Yellow is right behind the hill observing them. Let's see if they opt for the opportunity to jump on them, or if the team manages to get out of the way first. It looks like they just happen to choose the path away from the other team, and therefore might just escape this initial confrontation. Now let's hop over and see what's going on. Here we have them, Team Green, just over the hill. They haven't noticed the other team, but they are making their way, and they have opted for the clockwise decision as well, running along the wall to go and head for one of the other teams, using the opportunity to farm some of the scarce food that is in the area. But be careful, JT, the other team is right behind you. You don't want to fall too far behind, or you might just get caught. Now here might be something. The area that Team Green is coming up on looks quite familiar. It might just be that they are getting close to the purple team. Let's have a look over at them and see what's going on. And yes, right here in the corner, we see the others approaching in the distance. Hopefully for purple team, they won't actually see them, but we will have to wait and see if the team remembers that everyone spawns exactly in the corner. It might just be that they are being at the mercy of green team here, but it all depends on how observant the team is and if purple actually notices that these name tags are passing by. It doesn't look like the team is looking behind them though, so this is a good sign for the purple team, while yellow here is making their way across to the tundra on the other side of the little river. Team red is also on the move finally, also strangely enough opting for the clockwise decision. It could be that all teams are simply avoiding each other at this time, just by pure coincidence choosing the same way around the map. So unless someone catches up to someone else, it might be hard to find them. And right over here we see, truly enough, that green has passed on and not noticed the purple team. The purple team has blocked off their entryway to try and fool others perhaps, but they've done so with cobblestone, so it won't fool them for long. But as is their luck, the others did not notice them when they were passing by, so that is quite a good thing. We see here green team are on their way. It would be a little bit sad if the other teams were actually able to find purple team this early, because purple team, unlike the other teams, are not quite combat ready yet because they didn't move up and get themselves enchanted. So it is definitely a risky move. And over here at the red team, it looks like they have come up on one of the other team's corners as well, also moving around the clockwise decision around the map. So we'll see if they manage to find one of the other teams. They are making a little bit of a smaller curve than the others, so maybe they will catch up to someone. Over here by the yellow team though, they have come up on a very familiar area again. Once again a team passing right over top the purple team that we can see right down there in the background. Be very careful guys, don't let them spot you or you might be in for trouble. If these guys find you, they will face down a stronger opponent in a better spot. You should probably have prepared yourself before you came here, but it might just be that you're lucky for this time. Looks like Dangerous there has opted for the fishing pole route. Some kind of a weird PvP shenanigans. But well, some people like that stuff. Using the opportunity to breathe for a moment, which allows the other teams to catch up with you. However, it allows you to also scout the area and see if you can see something. Doesn't look like there's anyone around just yet though, but it can't be long before the team meets up. And over here by the green team, we are still running along the wall, running into a pine forest, or should I say a clay forest. And what are we coming up here on the other side? A little bit of stretch of water. And it looks like there is a skeleton nearby. Now, we probably won't be seeing them on the surface at this point because it is eternal day, but still, even if you don't see them on the surface, you could still get hit by a stray arrow, and inside a forest like that it can still get dangerous because they are able to get out without getting burned by the sun, allowing them to take pot shots at you and thereby damage you. Oh, do they see something? Everybody suddenly sneaking. It might just be that they have spotted something in the distance. Could it be that we'll have our first confrontation here? Well, let's see what's going to happen. There we have Team Red on the mountain. It's not the team that they have met though. They are still crossing through the tundra, currently making their way up a steep hill. And just like that, we see Paul here being a naughty boy, blocking off Lady just to get himself up. You should make a path for other people to follow, guy. Don't be bad to a lady like that. That's not very nice. Lady here taking her own approach up the mountain. And just like that, we can see Frankie's little problem there in the chat, because once again she has joined the game. Her connection is a little iffy as expected, but as we said, hopefully it won't affect the game and she'll be able to play without trouble. Oh, let's just do that. Over by yellow team, we are up on the mountain still. And look there! Hi there everyone! Leaving us a little bit of a greeting. As you can see here. Oh, it's still sticky. Jam, you should clean this mess up. There we have it, a skeleton inside the cave. If you are not careful, you might just get hit. Oh, it looks like Jackarou is also having a little bit of connectivity trouble. Hopefully it won't affect him too bad. Over here by the green team, they might just be standing here waiting for a moment, allowing Jackarou the opportunity to get back while they are meeting up at the top of a hill. We have Raven here who's managed to tame himself a horse, and there we have Jackarou back. The team is back together. Jackarou there joining the others from below, while Team Purple is finally breaking ground. They are ready to go up. But rather than going up through their previous tunnel, they are opting for the choice of making a stairway and sneaking towards the surface. Perhaps expecting that someone might have spotted their entrance and don't want to come out at the same point and allow them to lie in wait and make a trap for them. On the other hand here, if we see in the distance, the red team, while having passed close by, has opted to go in a different direction. Perhaps they have given up on the circular strategy to find the other teams, having not found any yet, and is now simply crossing the map in order to try and catch up with someone. Over here by Team Yellow, we are doing precisely the same strategy. We are moving a little bit further into the country. After a little while, the moving around the corners becomes less lucrative because the teams will probably have moved on by that point, so the chances you'll find them there is going to be more slim. Hopping over here by the green team, they are up on the hill, and they are preparing themselves, and just like that we see them there shifting. Could it be that they see something in the distance? Well, we'll have to wait until next episode, because this is how episode 4 comes to an end. See you in episode 5.